Today we are located on 6 nations of the Grand River. I would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is situated upon traditional territories of the Neutral, Huron, Wyandot, the Haudenosaunee, and later some of the Anishinaabe Nations from the north. These lands are the 1701 treaty lands of the 6 nations, referred to as their Beaver Hunting Grounds. The territory is also covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Haudenosaunee Iroquois Confederacy, the Anishinaabe, and other allied nations to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. A portion of this land is further subject to the 1784 Haldimand Treaty. Today, this remains the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work in their community and to share and respect Mother Earth. Hi, my name is Crystal Campbell. I'm the Community Energy Champion with 6 Nations of the Grand River. I am a graduate of Indigenous Clean Energy's 2020 Catalyst program. Indigenous Clean Energy and Green Learning are excited to be partnering together for this video. Today we are going to be talking about renewable energy education, specifically talking about renewable energy projects happening within First Nation communities. I'm going to be talking about the solar projects happening within 6 Nations of the Grand River, which is the home community of my guest, Matt Jamieson.
Thanks, Crystal. So I am Matt Jamieson. I am the President and CEO of the 6 Nations Development Corporation. The 6 Nations Development Corporation has been in existence since 2015. We are a fairly significant investor in the renewable energy space, and we're quite proud of the solar portfolio that we've assembled over the past few years.
Thank you for joining us today, Matt. I'm excited to talk to you about solar energy. 6 Nations of the Grand River is doing exciting work with renewable energy. Today we're going to be focusing on the ones developed by the 6 Nations Development Corporation. Matt, can you tell us more about the projects you've been involved in?
Sure. 6 Nations Development Corporation, as I mentioned, is quite proud of the portfolio of renewable energy that we've assembled over the past few years. We actually are an investor in 5 solar projects, the largest of which is the Grand Renewable Solar Farm, which is a 100 megawatt solar farm. We've also invested in the Nanticoke Solar Farm, which is repurposing the old Nanticoke coal plant down in the Nanticoke region. It's a 44 megawatt project. We also have 3 rooftop solar projects, one on an industrial building here within 6 Nations, one in the County of Brant in partnership with the County of Brant, and most recently a net metering project here at 6 Nations Bingo.
It sounds like the Development Corporation is involved in a wide range of projects.
We are. 6 Nations Development Corporation is involved in a wide range of solar farm projects. We're quite proud that we're able to participate at multiple levels in the energy space. Those types of investments ultimately are destined to create value for the community. And that's really what 6 Nations Development Corporation is here for. We are a community development corporation. We are designed to separate business from politics so that we as a community can pursue a path of economic development in the interests of our long-term future generations.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the energy outputs from these projects?
Sure. As I mentioned, we're quite proud of our portfolio. In fact, in aggregate, our portfolio is responsible for generating about 145 megawatts of renewable energy. If you look at it from a high level, that means we have 645,000 individual solar panels working for us every day, which is quite exciting for us. In addition to that, the projects are also responsible for about 230,000 tons of CO2 emission reduction every year, which is equivalent of taking 70,000 cars off the road every year. So a very important contributor to a net zero future.
Matt, can you tell us about the impact that the projects have had on the community and its members?
The projects that we're involved in are very important, not only from an environmental perspective, but also because they are really closely aligned with the values of our people. And as we've gone through this journey, there's been a journey of discovery, not just for us as developers or investors, but also for the community. And we've engaged our community frequently and often in all the projects that we've undertaken, with a primary purpose to first of all share with our members what the project means for them, but also highlight the values and the benefits that it creates, not just for our community, but for our future generation and our neighbors. And we're quite proud of the ability to be as transparent and accountable as we have been, which has led to many opportunities in our community and our community members to take skills training and actually be involved in the assembly and construction and development of these projects. And so there's a real value creation beyond just an economic return. That really is grounded in the values of our community.
What are some of the learnings and advice that you give to others who are planning to do similar projects?
Well, what I would say is the aspirations that communities have to invest in and develop solar and other types of renewable energy is important, and it's a key catalyst for communities to start advancing their interests. So I think it's really important for communities to take the time that they need to assess what partners they actually want to participate in development with. You want to find partners who have similar values and who have similar aspirations, and partners that are prepared to take the community along the journey. And it's a journey of learning, it's a journey of opportunity, and if you find the right partners, they should be more than willing to engage the community alongside of you and provide pathways for learning and capacity building so that your members and community members outside of your community even can participate and actively be involved in the development activities around these types of projects. I would also say from a technical standpoint, it's very important to understand the steps that are involved in some of these developments. It's also important from a financial perspective to have a good understanding of the cost drivers associated with these types of developments. It's not unheard of, for example, for rooftop solar farms, for 35 or even more % of the total construction cost to be geared towards engineering or other types of technical studies, connection impact assessments, and etc. So it's not just as simple as going out and acquiring solar panels and placing them on a roof. There are considerations that need technical expertise and considerations that the community themselves should have a good understanding of so that they, in the future, have the capacity to do more.
Thank you for joining us today, Matt. It's so wonderful to see how Six Nations of the Grand River is incorporating more solar power projects and transitioning to renewable energy.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to share our story. I think that the one thing that I want to leave you with is beyond the environmental benefits associated with our solar placements and our renewable energy investments are, frankly, some of the cost savings that we've been able to achieve by going green. The Bingo rooftop solar project, as an example, the 214 kilowatt project, doesn't seem like a big project, but from a financial perspective, it has helped offset over $50,000 in operating expenses for that facility. And on our larger grid scale projects, like the Samsung 100 megawatt solar farm, it produces economic returns. Those economic returns flow back through the Development Corporation to the Council to provide a real value and real impact and funding to provide for the necessary resources that we need to help create a better future for our community. Those resources include the purchase of emergency response equipment, housing, elder care, water solutions. Without the benefit of having these investments in the renewable energy space, we wouldn't have been able to deploy almost $20 million of reinvestment back into the community through the Development Corporation's efforts. So we are very proud of the accomplishments that we've been able to achieve. And you know what, it's great to have an opportunity to share our perspective and share our learning. We hope others can follow.